welcome back to another episode of Broken to Redemption podcast. I got a couple in Florida that are both in rehab right now. Real and Uncut is their TikTok name. If you guys want to go check them out, they're Real and Uncut. Their story of drug use and how they're trying to get sober. So let's go ahead and bring them in.
What's up, babe?
Hi.
What's up, broski?
What up, guys?
All right, all
Hey.
right,
Hey, how are you guys?
all
Good.
right, man. Blessed.
Ooh,
Amen.
let
What are
me
you guys
fix
up
my
to
phone.
today?
Just got
Well,
out
we
of
went to
church.
church. Yeah,
Yeah. How was
Hold on, let me
church?
fix my phone.
it was good, man.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good. Good message.
It's
What
a
was it
beautiful
about?
message.
What was it about? It was about the afterlife, bro, and what you need to put in life so that so that when God is time to judge, He sees that you did. You know what I'm saying, for Him and not for yourself.
Building up those
Yeah,
treasures.
yeah, for sure,
Most
for sure.
definitely.
Yeah, that's what the guy before you. I just did. We were talking about that as well.
Yeah, man. Without that, you ain't getting in there for sure.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
Hey, so tell us where you guys are from.
Well, I'm from Florida. I'm from Broward County, Hollywood.
I'm from
Okay,
Palm Beach County, Florida, but I was born in Germany. My dad was in the army.
okay. So who's gonna be the first victim? Who's going first?
I go first. I go first.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead.
All right.
So
So
give me a
go
rundown
ahead.
of your childhood.
All right. So like I said, I'm from Broward County, Hollywood. We come from like I don't want to say like lower class, but I don't want to say middle class neither. But I come from an immigrant family. My mom was from Peru. My dad was Cuban. Came in the '80s. My mom also, crossed the border and all that. So Um, we were raised in a neighborhood that was basically like a mixture of both and very drug infested, very what you call the hood. And that's where we stayed at. That's where I grew up at. That's where my parents settled, and that's what we made a life out of. That's what we were handed basically. So
Okay,
I mean from there, I come from I hate to say it, but my dad was abusive, not towards me, never hit me, never anything like that, but very abusive to my mom. He was an alcoholic. He partied once in a while. But one thing I can say about my dad was I never went homeless. I never, I had food on the table. He tried his best, you know what I'm saying? Now as an adult, now that I understand that, what I'm saying, when you have a family, when you have things and responsibilities, you got to work, you got to do this, you got to do that. So, I don't fault him for a lot of his wrongs because I understand life's hard and maybe he didn't have a good upbringing himself. So he didn't know how to show love. And the only way he showed love was with buying gifts and making sure I was okay. And in that sense, you know what I mean? But he lacked other things as far as like love or going to my football game and stuff like that. When you're a child, you want to look into the stadium, up to the seats and bleachers and see your family, but he
right,
wasn't there. Nor my
right.
mom. Why? Because they had to work all day, work two jobs, you know what I'm saying, as an immigrant family in the United States. So just to provide, you know what I'm saying?
So he
So they
he wa- he was abusive towards your mother.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
So
He was.
how did that feel as a kid seeing all that?
I mean, when I was young, I couldn't do nothing about it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I
right,
just accepted it. I was wondering why he would do that. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying. That's my mom. You know what I mean? And I'm the only child at that. So
right.
I wish I was like at times. I wish I was like superhero and like I could just you know what I mean? But I mean, eventually when I turned like a little bit older and I started getting like a little bit more crazy and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, not thinking. I finally stand up to him and you know what I'm saying, I hate to say it, but I would fight against my father, like in defense for my mother. You know what I
And he
mean?
he
So
he he was an alcoholic.
he was an alcoholic his whole life. He always drank since a child. I
Okay.
guess out there in Cuba is there's no, you know what I'm saying, no judgment when it comes to that. I guess that's
Right.
their culture or whatever. Yep, yep,
So
yep.
when did you take to the streets?
So like I said, I'm the only child, right? So I didn't have
Yeah.
brothers, no sister. My parents were always working. So generally I'm gonna go to the streets. Why? Because I had friends that had older brothers, it was like, I wanted that. I wanted to be a part of a group, or I guess would you say like family, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So I went to the streets, you know what I mean? and I started hanging out with friends and stuff like that. And then I had this basically a family that lived across the street from my house that my dad and their dad came on the same boat in Cuba and just migrated to one block. You know what I'm saying? And we were raised there. So he was a little bit older, and this is how I started doing heroin. So at the age of 12, and on top of that, I used to sell weed for him at school. But besides that, I would see him nodding out, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, why is he nodding out? Why is he falling asleep? You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't hip to none of that yet. I'm still a child, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
12 years old. Even though I thought I was grown, but I'm a child, you know what I mean? Not like nowadays you see kids playing in the park at 12 years old.
Right.
I wasn't on that mindset.
You don't
But
even see that now. You see them all on their iPads.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Or
Right?
playing like
Yeah.
Fortnite all day.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. They ain't in
to
the
be
park.
honest, bro, I never had a game
No.
system, never played none of that, bro.
Yeah.
Doing the podcast. But yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So like I got curious. So I'm like, he nodded out, dropped the bag, I picked it up, took my first two, you know what I mean, at age 12. And what it made me feel was like, damn, okay. I'm like, didn't know what I was feeling, but I knew it sparked something in me. Like, damn,
Okay.
I kind of like this. You know what I
Right.
mean? And then from there on, like I said, the street culture and all that. Everybody's doing drugs. My friends' older brothers are selling drugs, stuff like that. So you wanna belong, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You wanna belong to that. You wanna
Exactly.
feel something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I gravitated to it. You know what I'm saying? And it felt good to be honest with you at that time. You know what I mean? It felt good. It felt good. You know what I'm
Yeah. We
saying?
being
So
accept.
exactly.
I struggled with that my whole life. Was trying to fit in, trying to be cool.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
for sure. And then it's almost like so like since I come from the hood, of course you see all the badness and this and that. I don't want to say I lived in a neighborhood like Baltimore or something like that, but it
Right.
was hood, bro. There was things going on, people going to jail, people getting shot at, this, that, and the third. I remember I shot myself in the leg at 13. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
all for like just to be cool and this and that, and for your friends, you laying your life for your friends, and at the end of the day, I mean, now that I'm older and after going to prison 2 times and seeing the how life turns after you start doing drugs and all that, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's not where it's at. You know what I'm saying? None of that's true. You know what I mean?
So when you did heroin at a young age, did you ever think that doing drugs was fine?
So yeah, so like it was normal. It was like
Right.
that was my normal. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I would see people like the older guys, my friends. So now we getting hands on footballs. We're getting our hands on Xanax. We're smoking weed. We're doing this. We're doing that. At school, getting high. You know what I mean? So it just started turning into like a circle of just constantly doing this and that. So now I'm like, okay, so in my neighborhood, like we're kind of known for like burglarizing, you know what I mean? So now I'm breaking into people's houses at 12, 13 years old, taking, back then that's when DVD players came out. So I'm taking
Yeah.
DVD players, little iPod, like IP, MP3 players, all
Yeah.
type of stuff. Just to go to the weed man and for him to rob us, because at the end of the day, we couldn't go to the pawn shop. We couldn't do anything. So an ounce
Right.
to us of weed was like, oh shit, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah. You
we
got pounds.
yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? So whatever. So we started doing that to feed our, I guess. And at that time, you don't think it's an addiction because it's normal. So at that
Right.
time, and it doesn't get so bad. I can still go home. I got my dad, I got my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm not homeless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't become a problem. You know what I'm saying? But once you start, I mean, like I said, now that I'm older, I start
Right.
noticing, damn, I'm not going to school anymore. I'm
Yeah.
skipping school just to do what? To do drugs, to get high, to hang out at this dude's house. You know what I'm saying? We're hustling for a Colt 45 when back then
Yeah.
it was like $1.30. You know what I mean? So it just revolved into something that I didn't expect was gonna ruin my life at 36 years old.
So when you were younger, you didn't even think it was a problem. You thought it was just
Nah,
partying, have a
nah, it
great
was not a
time.
problem. It was
Okay.
normal. It was normal. It was something that it was just what it was.
Did your parents think you had a problem, or were they oblivious to the whole situation?
So, okay, so kind of oblivion because my mom's a Christian. She didn't want to believe it. I'm her only baby. She didn't want to accept it. She was like, nah. You
Right.
know what I mean? My dad was more like, he's a man, he's a boy. That's what boys do. Blah, blah, blah. But
Didn't you say your dad did a little bit of coke too?
Yeah, so let me so other things too, like at young kid, you know what I'm saying? I would go to the bathroom on the weekends, you know, when my dad was hanging out with his friends, and he would forget the bag on the sink. So I pick it up, you know, not I ain't even tooted at that time. I would give it to him like, hey, look, you forgot this. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. You know what I mean? Now I'm like 15, 16. So I'm like, don't worry, I got my own thing going on. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
I
like
don't need
whatever.
yours.
You know what I'm saying? I found his bomb before because he would try to hustle on the side too at that. And and when I found the big bomb, I was
Yeah,
gone. I was like, I'm gonna tell him I'm throwing it away so mom don't see it. You know what I mean? He's calling me up. Where is it? I'm like, oh, what you talking about? I flushed it. Oh, man, don't have that in the house, mom. He's like, motherfucker. He's like, now I owe money, bro. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm sorry, but in reality, now I'm smoking dirties. Now I'm learning something else. Now I'm
yeah,
like, don't know what I'm feeling, but I'm know I'm like, woo, woo.
yeah,
What? I'm like, okay, now I got. I'm going to my friend. Like, look what I got. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Look what I got. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
But Pops was cool with it. Pops didn't trip, huh?
In a sense, I knew it hurt him. I know it hurt him because at the end of the day, like I said, he loved me. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course,
But
yeah.
he didn't know. So in another thing I'm gonna mention, he left his kids in Cuba at a young age. He got on that boat and came over here. So he left them behind. They didn't want to come because their mother was black. They were mixed. In that time, they thought there was a lot of racism going on, so they didn't want to come. My dad's like, you ain't coming, I'm going. So he left them behind. And I know a part of that hurt him, you know what I'm saying? Because he
Right,
loved his kids. So that's why he stuck around for me. You know what I'm saying? These are things my mom told me that he felt guilty of. You know, at the end of the day, that's why he stuck by my side. And he gave me that life. He gave me what I needed. You know what I'm saying? But there was other things that he lacked, like say, like love, like genuine love. This not just buying me things. I needed you. You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I gotta understand that he wasn't raised like that. His parents weren't like that towards him. So he didn't know. And then at the
right.
same time, I'm a badass kid in the hood, doing this, doing that. He's driving himself crazy because he didn't go through that with the other kids. So he don't know what he's expecting. He don't know what to do. So he's just like, he throws his hands up. And that
Right.
was one of the reasons why he was abusive towards my mom. Because he, like I said, he never beat me, but his anger, he would take it out on my mom. And then that started fucking with my head because I'm like, dog,
Right.
now I'm doing this, doing that, pissing him off. He takes it out on her. So I'm like, oh man, it's my fault. Don't know what to do. Do I keep going? Do I change lifestyle? I just
So when you got older, did you ever step up to him for abusing your mom?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. And then, but deep down inside, I'd be lying to you, man. I felt so bad.
Oh, of
I
course,
would,
of
I would cry.
course,
That's my dad. Like I
of
love him. You know what
course.
I mean?
Yeah.
I remember writing him a letter, and I was like, I'm sorry in Spanish. I was like, I apologize, just knowing that I love you. I put it in his wallet, and my dad saved that for years. You know what I'm saying? And once I started getting, I mean, now when I started getting older, now I'm going to jail. Now I'm going to juvenile program. Now I'm not around the house. You know what I'm saying? So now it's a whole different lifestyle.
Right.
Now I'm getting into trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm
How
going to the county jail. This, then the third.
how were your parents? Okay, so I asked if your mom knew you had a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was in denial, right? When you started going to jail,
Denial.
did she figure out that there was a problem?
Oh yeah, there was a yeah. She figured it out. She figured it out. She didn't know what to do. So she's a very Christian woman. So her way of dealing with it is praying to God, keep them
Right.
safe. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my best. I don't know what to do. And to be honest with you, like they tried their best, but I was just so like blind to the fact. You know what I'm saying? I didn't appreciate like what they were trying to discipline me in a way. I was just like, I'm doing this. I don't know what ground it is because when they do try to ground me, I'm like, nah. I'm gone. There's no such
Right.
thing. And then he would take it out on my mom. Da da da. Da. You know what I mean? That's how thing abusive started with her too. You know what I mean?
And then you told me yesterday that your father got sick.
Yeah. So that was another thing. So I really never told nobody this, right? So I think I was like 20 years old. I just got out the county jail from doing some time, this and that. And my dad had skin cancer his whole life. He's white. He's a white Cuban. You know what I mean? So he worked asphalt out here in Florida. The sun beats you down. You know what I'm saying? So gave him skin cancer. He would do operations here, skin grafts here. And I would see that, and that hurt me too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, my dad just, you know what I mean? But he was a soldier though. He kept going. He would go to work. Like I said, like my dad would get drunk, wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and still go to work no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew he had a family. But he did so. There was one cancer that got him in the back, and they operated and they cut it out, but didn't get the whole, I guess, the whole cell or the seed. I don't know how that goes, but It lodged in his spinal cord, paralyzed him, and it just started, and it turned to, and since it was getting bad in this whole time and he didn't realize it, it turned to stage 4 like that. You know
So
what I'm saying?
when it turned to stage 4, did you go even more off the deep end?
Oh, bro, it's like, so it's my dad. Like, no matter what,
Of
I always
course.
looked at him like my superhero, regardless. You know what I'm saying? I loved him. You know what I mean? And by seeing him disintegrate, because he was already in hospice.
Yeah.
He didn't want to die in the hospitals, in the hospital. He's like, I'm dying at my house. And my dad was one of those old stubborn Cubans. He believed in a whole different religion, like Santeria, which is an African based religion and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? My mom was Christian, I was Christian, but he never mingled with that. He always respected my mom when it came to that. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so yeah, so it destroyed me. So now I'm like, now I'm even more on the street. Why? Because I don't want to see my dad disintegrate. It's breaking me down. He can't walk, he can't anything. I'm trying to help him wipe his butt. He's shitting on himself. It fucked me up. So now I'm really like, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm on pills. Now I'm on like blues because we were the pill mill at that time. It was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm doing that. Now I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not home. I'm leaving. When my mom goes to work, she's like, "You need to be there for your father." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." I wouldn't show up. So my dad's paralyzed on the bed. This is what drugs were doing to me.
Right.
Now I'm not seeing that my dad, who I love, is dying, and I'm not there for him. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad I got on drugs. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I was running. I was running from what I was feeling. I was running from the fact that my dad was gonna die on me. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm on pills, this, that, and the third. So at the same time, I'm like trying to figure out what to do, get money, this, that, and the third. I'm running. I don't want to be home. So I'm like, okay. So I ended up breaking into a Metro PCS store, all barred out. And then I just like I was running from my heart so bad, bro. I'm like, so I never really told too many people this. I broke in, I've been breaking in and stuff all the time. I take my socks off. I don't ever leave no fingerprints, nothing. But I broke in this place, bro, and purposely left fingerprints so that they would come back for me. Why? Because I didn't want to be here no more. Like I just so I purposely locked myself up, like in the sense I wouldn't get locked up at the time, but I knew like they're coming for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because as a
Yeah.
child, I already had burglary charges. They take your DNA, all that stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I got cut at the same time, so I left blood everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, they're gonna come for me. I'm already an adult. You know what I mean? I'm already 20, 21. So, but something like I was on the run. Like I'm every time police take Aguilera, blah, I'm like, and I always got away. God, you know what I'm saying, blessed me for a while. And then something told me like I really like started thinking about it. I'm like, my dad's dying, bro. I need to be there. So like I went home that day and my mom been telling me like the detectives keep showing up, they're parking outside, da da da. So I would come and go for a couple hours here and there, bah, 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 and then like trying to like evade them in a way. And that day I was like, man, I'm just going home, man. I need to be by my dad. And my dad like, just go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Just leave me my water, my beer, just get some sleep. So I'm like, all right. So I'm ripping and running. And I hear a knock on the door and I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, hey, someone's at the door. So I go, I'm like, who is it? Police, open up. Oh, I'm like, I'm thinking someone's fucking with me because people know I'm on the run. I'm thinking it's my homeboys or something. I'm like, man, I open the door. Now they come inside, come in, throw me to the ground, cuff me up. Luckily, it was a detective that I know, Detective Bolton. It was a detective that I know since I was a kid. He been fucking with us for years. And he's like, man, you done fucked up now. Da, 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 da. I was like, oh, I said, listen, man, I understand that. I said, but you see, my dad, he's dying. He's in hospice. He's dying. He's dying of cancer. I said, give me a chance to say my goodbyes, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not gonna lie, he did me that favor. He uncuffed me, kept one handcuff on, holding it on to it. And he's like, don't do nothing stupid, Aguilera. I said, I don't want to kill you in front of your father. I'm like, all right, I got you. I gave him a hug. I patted on his head and I was like, keep fighting. And he's like, what'd you do? I was like, I'm sorry, man, but I gotta go. And I went to jail, went to prison. I called my mom and I could hear it in her voice. She's like kind of like crying, kind of like waiting for my phone call so she can tell me what happened. And I already knew. I started crying, bro. I dropped the phone and everything. So she told me my dad died, bro. And then like it hit me instantly. I'm like, damn, I didn't ask him for forgiveness. I didn't do anything, bro. And then like other things too, like, okay, I forgot to mention this too, bro. My addiction got so bad, I'm strong arming my father for his pills. When Walgreens came knocked on the door, he's got a whole bag of prescription morphine, liquid morphine, this, that, and the third for his pain. I take the whole bag, bro. You know what I'm saying? From a dying dad that's from cancer, bro. That's how bad addiction gets you. You hurt your family. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of
So
this is,
at that point, did you know you had a problem?
oh, no, not yes and no.
Okay.
Or maybe I was just blind to the fact. Maybe I just didn't, because in my eyes, like when you see the junkies out there, that's junkies. You know what I'm saying? In my eyes, I was just like doing my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't think I was junked out. I didn't think I had a problem. And in all reality, I didn't know about addiction. I didn't know there was recovery and addiction. Mine's is just addiction and hanging out. I didn't know there was two
Right.
sides of the world
Right.
because no one ever came up to me like that. You know what I'm saying? No one ever presented that to me. No one ever said there's programs, there's rehabs, anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Not even when you were in juvenile hall and all the
Yeah,
juvenile
yeah, yeah, yeah.
camps. They
So
didn't.
I was just gonna say that. So once I got to the adult side, right, and I hear stories of drug dealers like, "Oh, I'm getting a program, bro. I got caught with an ounce, this and that." So I'm like, let me work that. Let me try to go that route. I go judge. You know what I'm saying? Every crime I've ever done was because of the fact that I got the drug addiction. I just don't wake up in the morning and want to do crimes. You know what I'm saying? There's something behind this. I'm on drugs, and he's like, I don't want to hear that. Prison. You know what I'm saying? Once you get a letter down here, you know what I'm saying? Once you get a prison number, man, there's no such thing as the county jail anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or anything like that. But you got these drug dealers that getting caught with an ounce. They're getting 90-day programs. You know what I'm saying? The system failed me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I failed myself too. You know, I can't blame. I did that to myself. But they did fail me. You know what I'm saying? Because when I legitly tried to search for help, they didn't give it to me. You know what I'm saying? They didn't give it to me.
That's how the system's like that still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So how was it when you first walked into prison?
Um, so I'll be lying to you if I wasn't scared at first. You know, I'm young, I'm 21. But the thing was, I had homies that were arrested. You know what I'm saying? That been to prison. You know what I'm saying? So I get shipped down to South Florida Reception Center, and I go through the whole intake, bald head, shave my face, start off everything that you need to do to get inside. Once they start walking you down to your dorm, you know what I'm saying? Because on there's two sides of the prison. There's the permanent side and then the transit side. There's like 8 dorms, maybe like 100 people towards the dorm. So there's like this shit going on everywhere. So as I'm walking down, I remember clearly I had my homeboy Chris Castro, man. I hear monkey boy from the dorm. I'm like, oh shit, who's that? Because I've done my dirt on the street too. So now I'm like, oh fuck, someone sees me. Now I got problems, this, that, and the third. He's like, go to rec yard, go to rec yard. I'm like, oh, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. What rec yard? What's going? So I get in my dorm and then they pop out after lunch. They're like, rec, mandatory rec. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, all right, so do I go? Do I try to stay? And they're like, no, I'm mandatory. You better get your ass out there. I'm like, fuck. So I go. Now I'm looking around. I getting stuck because the rec yard was in the middle of the prison. So it was designed like so when everybody pops the door, everybody's got to go inside the rec yard. So as I get in there, I'm looking around. I see a familiar face. I see my homeboy John Castro. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with him, and he gave me like a whole starter kit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a canteen bag. You know what I'm saying? He gave me the joints, the cigarettes, the deodorant, a couple soups, this, that, and the third. And once again, addiction follows you, right? So now I'm even in prison. I can't run from that shit neither. So now I'm like, damn, bro, this is worse than what it is. So he comes, he's like, you ever smoke Tunchi? And I'm like, what's Tunchi? He's like, Spice, K2, you know what I'm saying? That's what we doing here. I'm like, nah, man, but what's up, roulette? So now we get to the little cut. You know what I'm saying? Really, the guards don't care, really. You know what I'm saying? As long as you like don't disrespect them and like do it in their face, but they see what's going on. They see the clouds in the air and stuff. So we start smoking Tunchi. And I didn't smoke Tunchi. Like I tried it one time when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like the prison. Whatever's in prison, it's not what's outside when it comes to that K2, bro. It's not. We
That
call
should
it
knocks
twat.
you
In
out. That
Florida, we
should.
call it twat. We call it twat. We were like twat. It's bro, it's dangerous. I seen people OD on that, die, all type of stuff from that stuff, bro. And you're like, you'll forget what you got going on. Then you're like, you seen the videos, man, on
Yeah, yeah,
YouTube,
yeah.
man. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I've seen it.
Look up Florida prisons, fucking Tunchi attacks or something like that. You'll see what's going on. I used to be one of those. I did 6 months over that in confinement because of that, bro. Because I smoked, I fucking twacked out. They sent me to confinement. I got hit for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Then, as soon as they released me, my homeboy, like, you want to smoke? I'm like, yeah. Once again, I went instantly into convulsions and shit. They sent me back again, another 90 days. So 6 months straight in confinement. Got fucked. But let's go back to the rec yard story. So we go to smoking. And then next thing you know, bro, I start like losing my mind. Now I'm in prison. I'm scared. I'm like, what's going on? Everybody's watching me. So now I get to the middle of the rec yard because I'm like, if I'm in the middle, no one can get me. You know what I'm saying? So I just started like, you know what I'm saying, twacking out. That's what we call it, twacking out. So started losing my mind. But I did end up fucking doing my whole time smoking every day. I would hustle, do this, do that, just for the drug, bro. I couldn't even escape that in there, bro. Couldn't even escape it in there. Couldn't even escape.
So when you were released, did you ever want to do good? Like you say,
I
you've
mean,
been in
I
prison
I did,
twice.
I did, I did. So, towards the end of my sentence, like the last 10 months, I got sent to work release, and I got sent to work release in Miami. I had a good job. I worked for a company called D&B Tile Distributors, big tile distributors. I got a couple locations all over South Florida. I was doing good. I met this Cuban guy that was my coworker. He offered me a spot on his couch for like $100 a week. So I was like, shit, I'll take it. You know what I mean? I would work, pay him this and that. I'm on like I wasn't on probation, but what in Florida, whatever gang time you have to do basically we don't have parole, but it's basically like parole. So you're not doing 85%, you're doing 100%. They always say 85, but it's not. In all reality, you're doing 100% because once you violate that probation, you get sent back to prison to max out. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't catch no new charge, you max out. Last max out there, you get released. But I was on probation. So for the rest, for your gang time, basically, whatever gang time you had that they, you know what I'm saying, gave you, you got to do that on probation. So of course I'm like, all right, the junkie in me, this and that. I'm like, I'm gonna smoke K2 out here. They can't test for that. You know what I'm saying? Or drink on the weekends, this, that, and the third. So I started drinking, getting high. I ended up getting my own place. Once I ended up getting my own place, I wasn't ashamed to do like the drugs I wanted to do. So I started smoking crack. I started doing all type of stuff in the city of Hialeah, which is a whole bunch of Cubans. I hated it. I'm Cuban myself, but I was like, I hate being around all those people all the time, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, I started getting high, this and that, and the third, and then I started talking to an ex-girlfriend. Sorry, babe. I started talking to an ex-girlfriend and
Uh
yeah.
We weren't
I start
together then.
yeah,
oh.
yeah, we
Okay.
went together. Yeah, this is after the first sentence. So she's like, come back to Hollywood. And she ended up living on my old block across the street where I grew up at. And I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, so I kind of like, let me come back to the neighborhood. Once I did that, um I forgot that in my neighborhood there was, where my dad's house where we lived at, there was a tree where my dad like put pavements, this and that, turned it into like the domino tree. We would call it the dominoes, where they would play dominoes and stuff like that. And even though that these Cubans wouldn't even live on here, bro, but it was just like the neighbors knew what time it was. Like these people been doing it for years. They don't say anything to them. So when I get back to the neighborhood, I come move my stuff in and I go straight to say hi to my dad's friends and stuff, but I automatically started looking for my dad, bro. It didn't hit me because I was in prison. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I knew he died, but I didn't feel it because now I'm doing my time. I'm doing what I gotta do. I'm trying to survive. I'm doing this, that, hustling. I got my own thing going on in there. You know what I'm saying? You don't think about the outside too much, and if you do, you're gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just when your day comes, your day comes. So I start looking for my dad, bro, and I don't see him, bro, and it hit me. Boom. Man, I fall to the ground. I get like in a fetal position. I start screaming, Papi, Papi, which is dad in Spanish. And I'm just like, I'm crying my ass off, bro. Until like I couldn't no more. Like, I had no more energy, no more. I couldn't scream. I couldn't cry anymore. Like I couldn't do anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like I needed that, I guess, in a sense. I needed to let that go. Because it didn't hit me yet. You know what I'm saying? I had to let it go. My dad's friends picked me up. You know what I'm saying? Once again. Here you go. Here's a bottle. Here, make yourself feel better. You know what I'm saying? Your dad wouldn't want to see you cry, man. Tighten up. Here, drink this. Be a man. I'm like, so in all reality, I'm hurting like a little child, but I just, once again, I didn't want to be judged, this, that, and the third. So I started drinking. You know what I'm saying? And then once again, it sparked something in me again to start getting high, this, that, and the third. Um, the girl that I started living with, bro, I ended up robbing her neighbor, breaking in and stuff like that. And she's like, we never had problems until you came around. Da da da. I'm like, it wasn't me. Da da da. You know what I'm saying? Even the neighbors like, you since you been back. Da da da. I'm like, man, it ain't me. I don't know what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that ain't me. So I ended up getting kicked out. Once I got kicked out, bro, I was homeless for a little bit in my neighborhood, but I ain't sweat it. I was like, shit, I'll go from here to here and make it happen, jumping from couch to couch. But after a while, that got played out too. So at that time too, that's when a drug called Flocka. You ever heard of Flocka?
I heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Flocka hit my neighborhood, Brad County, hard, bro. Like really,
Is
really
it
hard.
isn't it like synthetic heroin or some shit like
No,
that? What
no.
is?
It's almost like in the sense of like synthetic, like meth. Because I tried meth before now as an adult, in a sense, but it's not like it keeps you up. You're like you
Like bath
start
salts?
almost
Yeah.
in a sense,
Um,
bro. Almost in a sense, bro. Because
I
I
seen
never
the
tried meth.
videos.
So
I seen the
yeah,
videos
yeah.
of it and stuff like
But
that.
the flock back then ain't the flock that it is now. Now it's just like a homemade bathtub type shit that the people make. Like this shit was coming from China. You know what I'm saying? It's directly from there. And when you would get caught with it, they didn't even know how to charge you. You would get released because they didn't know what chemical was in it until they started studying it. Now,
Right.
like, okay, now we can charge you with this. We can charge you
Yeah.
with that. You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't. Go ahead, come in, come in. Put that. How you put that? So, fire stick. Oh, you got a my bad. Oh no, no, where you at? Uh oh, uh oh.
We're in treatment, so we got to have that treatment life.
Yeah. He'll pop back in.
Yeah.
There he is. Let me bring him in again.
My bad, my bad. My roommates asked me a question. So you gotta go to the settings, bro. The input, go to Fire Stick, bro. And if not, pull it, unplug it, and plug it back in. My bad, y'all.
You're good.
So yeah, I met this dude. I met this dude. Um, he's like, he seen me out there. He's like, bro, you smoke fly? I was like, nah, what's that? He's like, man, come try this. So basically, in the sense, he was trying to hook me. You know what I'm saying? So he could start selling me shit. Um, so once again, the only way I know how to make money is breaking the houses. Now I'm stealing, doing this, that, and the third. Um, I ended up like hanging out like with his people on the block, and it's my old block. Like this is my neighborhood. I never seen these people, so I'm like, all right, fuck it. I gravitated to them, whatever, whatever. We had something in common, which was drugs. You know what I'm saying? So we started hanging out. Um, Met this girl 10 years older than me. My wife knows who that is, but so we ended up whatever, whatever. I've been with her for like a year now. I'm like constantly stealing, doing this and that. You know what I'm saying? I already violated probation. Now I'm on the run, this and that. And I ended up so I was like, man, I'm tired of like stealing bullshit. Let me go on Home Depot, man. So like I was like I couldn't be like a sneaky thief. Like you know how some people like professional, they'll walk out with a
Yeah.
cart full of shit. They
Yeah.
look normal. I'm already looking crazy. I'm like, I can't be
That's
sneaky.
that's my
I'm
wife.
like,
She'll walk out with full carts before.
damn man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
like I'm like, I can't do it. So I'm
I
like,
had to
all
I
right,
had to
watch this.
I had to wait in the car because I was a bust.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite. So she would wait in the car. I'm going in. I'm grabbing like four DeWalt combo kits, put it in the cart. They got the little spider web things on it. So I'm using that for my benefit. I'm gonna put them in my fingers. And as soon as I get close to the door, I act like oh, excuse me, sir, we'll help you. I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. As like I'm pushing to it, I'm like, yeah. Start running out past the security guard. Like, what the fuck? Because they don't expect that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like, what the fuck's going on? Jump in the car. Hold it. I've been doing this from Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade County, right? I've been stealing. I've been doing this and that. Third, I was not getting high. I was just because I already knew I was like, I'm fucked. It's just a matter of time before they catch me. So one day, I'm not scared ever to do this. And one day, I'm like scared to go inside. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So now that I think about it, I'm like, there you go, God. He's punishing me now. You know what I'm saying? And all this time, I'm putting God second. I'm not going to church, all that. Even though my upbringing, I was always a Christian. You know what I'm saying? I got baptized at 13. I totally forgot about him. Like the devil got to me really, really, really bad. Um, so I go inside this one Home Depot in a nice area. I go to, and a part of me is like, don't. I have people like watching me. I'm like, okay, so now I'm like, bro, this dude keeps following me everywhere I go, bro. I'm like, oh yeah. So like I kind of like so I grab everything. I know I'm like I'm gonna go pay for it, and he's following me too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so I kind of did one of these to fuck with him. He's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, okay, okay. So I acted normal. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like I'm gonna let him think I'm fucking with him. Um, I go for it. It was raining. I slipped. We got like a whole bunch of heroes. boom, 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 they go to grab me and stuff, whatever, whatever. I ended up getting caught for that, man. I ended up going to jail. I ended up going to the back with like loss prevention, and this dude's like, man, he's like the superintendent over the whole county or some shit. He's like, man, I've been waiting for you to come in my store so bad. Da, da, da. So he ended up catching me. I guess they had like be on the lookout for this guy if he comes in the store type of thing. Cause I was hitting stores left and right. So I ended up getting hit with a whole bunch of charges. They couldn't stick all of them to me, only the ones that I wore the same clothes and the same shoes with. And you know what I'm saying? And that's the same day I got caught with those shoes. So those are the ones they pinned me with. And it was only like two or three. And then like one of them ended up dropping too. So I ended up going back to prison. I ended up going for another 30 months.
And
So
were you sober in prison that time or no?
hell no, hell no. I tried to join a gang and all. I was trying to like be a Latin king. I'm like now I know the ropes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have a because once you go to prison, the first time you get an O letter. Then it gets an A letter. And then every time you go a B letter, C letter. So you start going up. So when you see and you gotta walk around with your ID. So you know who's a new cock, who's been there, who's been there 5 times. Like so now I got an A letter and I wore it proud, which is
Yeah.
stupid now that I'm an adult. There's nothing cool about that, bro. I'm in prison, bro. There's nothing cool
Yeah.
about that. You know what I'm saying? So I wear it proud. So I'm like, yeah, I've been here before. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know the ropes, this and that. And once again, so I knew what time it was, and I know what bring. So I came from the county jail with a whole bunch of envelopes, this and that, stamp envelopes, and you can sell that once you get to the compound, because you can't make a phone call or anything like that until you know what I'm saying. You get money on the phone. My mom already knew the route. She put money on the phone, everything. So when I got there, hey, mom, I need you to send me this thing. I need to get locked before I get to my main camp, or I don't want nobody stealing my shit. But so I already knew the ropes. I already knew what I had to do. And as soon as I get there, I'm starting sending envelopes for soups, and then I'm trading soups for some more tunchi, getting high, just hanging out, doing my time. I said, what else can I do? You know what I'm saying? I already knew I was here for a while, so I was like, what it is what it is. I'll be home one day. I ain't got life. I'll be back. And I just started getting high. Then I get to my main camp. When I get to my main camp in Hamilton, CI in Jasper, Florida, that's why I'm scared to do shit now, bro. That camp, I learned my lesson there, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing people get stabbed left and right. I got stabbed over up, not stabbed because he tried to cut me open, bro. But like, luckily it was wintertime. I had my prison jacket, my sweater, like 3 long johns. It's cold up North Florida. You know what I'm saying? I'm from South Florida. I never felt cold like that before in my life. And over a piece of cigarette, bro. He hated on me, bro, because I didn't want to sell him something. Because I'm like, why am I gonna sell you my cigarettes if I smoke and I hustle myself? That's backward
Right.
hustling. He
Yeah.
took it offensive. He looked at me like I was like some pushover or something. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, whatever. So I was like, man, it ain't happening, bro. And to be honest with you, like I said, like I tried to join the game, but they ain't let me. Like my probation period, like I failed that because they're like I kept getting high. They're like, nah, we ain't on that. But I'm like, well, then you know what? I apologize. When something breaks out, I'm down for the race. But at the end of the day, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna smoke. I'm gonna do my time like I'm gonna do my time. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, all right, cool. They respected it. So I was a neutron. We considered a neutron. You know what I'm saying? By myself. So, but I was cool, bro. I was cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I was cool with all type of gang members. You know, I got along with everybody. To be honest, I never been like in fights like that or anything, like little small things. You know about bullshit, thinking I gotta prove something, but never nothing serious, nothing. Just except for that guy that hit me and he cut me open. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, it was I had a lot of layers, so he couldn't go that. So now I'm like, oh fuck. Now I'm scared. I'll be lying to you. Now I'm scared because like the whole code in there is like you must retaliate type of thing. You know what I'm saying? If not, people gonna think you're pussy, this, that. But I'll be lying to you if I didn't want to do none of that. Now I'm thinking like, cause I have a brain. Now I'm like, bro,
We have an
if
emergency in the
I
women's house.
you got what?
An emergency in the women's house.
All right, go ahead. See it? Look at that. We at rehab and shit going crazy. You know what
Shit
I'm saying?
cracking.
Who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe someone's ODing right now, bro.
Right. Right.
Yeah, bro. And they're trained. I mean, they teach us all like there's Narcan all over the house, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do. So sorry about that. But so
It's
you
all
know what I
right.
mean? I get it where was I? Where was I? Damn, that shit threw me off, bro. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? I was cool with everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? I always had a way of, you know what I'm saying, getting along with everybody, bro. Like when I brought cigarettes in, instead of everybody hating on me, I just break people off, bro. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I was smart, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use that towards me. So when they look at me like, man, this Chico ain't greedy, he don't think he's the shit, he looks out. You know what I'm saying? So I use that towards my benefit, you know what I mean? But since that happened, one of my best friends, Ladoyle Jones, X7000, because I remember his prison number because it was 3 years he sat by me. You know what I'm saying? And we always in the open bay too, so I always hear Master Roston count X7000. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say your you gotta say your name. So it just stuck with me. That was my best friend, bro. Some black guy from I think it was Brevard County in Florida or something like that. But he was my best friend. He was the blood and shit. And like we hung out every day, bro. That was my best friend. Like if we had one suit, we split it down the middle. You know what I'm saying? I will never forget about him, bro. He always had my back no matter what, bro. And so when this thing happened and shit, man, now it's 2 days, you know what I'm saying? I ain't getting no sleep. That guy ain't getting no sleep. We're just watching each other on the bunk. And I'm like I said, if I'd be lying to you if I wasn't scared, because now I'm thinking I got a brain. Now I'm thinking if I try to kill this dude, if I kill him and stab him and somehow he dies, we got camera systems in the prison. When I first went, they didn't have camera systems. Now they got Prison Rape Elimination Act, PREA. So like now there's cameras everywhere except for the
Right.
bathroom. So now like if I hit him up and he dies, I'm going to prison for life about a piece of cigarette. If you really think about it, I'm like, about a piece of cigarette? I'm like, nah. I'm like, nah. But my homeboy's like, he's a gangbanger. He's like, bro, it's either you or him, and it ain't gonna be you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, ah, fuck. So I'm like, all right, let me get something. Let me get something. I'm gonna handle up. You know what I'm saying? Morning time when he goes to the bathroom. He's like, I got you, I got you. This bitch brings me like a fucking serrated fucking plexiglass. I'm like, bro, you want me to butcher him? I said, scare him up. I said, I'm not trying to butcher him. And he's like, all right, all right. So he goes find like a little like skinny little fucking little, you know what I'm saying? Something that, you know what I'm saying, make him bleed type shit. I'm like, there you go, bro. I'm not trying to butcher this dude. You tripping. I'm just trying to pump fake and show him like, bitch, I ain't scared neither. But in reality, bro, I'm scared as fuck, bro. Cause I'm like, I don't want to go to prison for the rest of my, and I just got accepted to work release at that. I'm just waiting for any time for them to be like, pack it up. You're going down south again. You know what I'm saying? Back to work release. So I'm like, bro, should I just not do anything? But then I'm like, bro, but I cared what people thought about me. You know what I'm saying? In all reality, I'm never seeing these people again. So
Right.
why would I lose my life over this? You know what I'm saying? About trying to prove something that these people ain't got. That's their life. You got people in here doing life sentence in 20 years. Like they don't care, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. Let me see. Waiting to get near. Yeah, they had an emergency there, bro. My bad, bro. She just
It's all
texted me.
right.
She can't get back on, bro.
It's all
Someone
right.
had something going on. So long story short, bro. It's like I was cool with like a lot of people there, right? So they were like, bro, we all got your back, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go in the bathroom with you. You handle up. When we come out, the camera system gonna see all of us. We ain't gonna say none. If we go to confinement, we go to confinement. They'll let us back out because no one's gonna say nothing. You get what I'm saying? So I ended up going there. I ended up hitting him like 2 times, bro. Flushed the shit. Buddy hauled ass, knocked, he checked in, hit the window, blah, blah, blah. Now the sergeant is pretty cool, dude. He comes out, he's like, what the fuck going on? He's like, y'all better produce that shit in 10 minutes or I'm coming to flip this shit. I'm like, oh. So not, but I got shot callers in there, basically, like, you know what I'm saying? Shot callers that are doing their thing. They got people's mats stuffed with shit, cell phone. I'm like, shit, now, if I don't turn myself in, these motherfuckers, when they find out that all this bullshit is about a cigarette, they gonna kill me. So I'm like, fuck, I need to turn myself in. That so I don't know, bro. God willing, bro. I got blessed, bro. The Duke a sergeant came back in. He's like, fuck him. Y'all keep going, man. I'm gonna ride it up. It's self-mutilation. I was like, and then like the next week, bro, Tuesday, they do transfers on Tuesdays and Thursday. I was gone to work release, bro. And that's how it ended, bro. You know what I'm saying? Came back to
So
and that's where met my wife. That's where I met my
so
wife.
after you got transferred, after you had that whole altercation, did you stop messing around in prison, or did it continue when you went to
No, no,
work
no.
release?
Bro, like I said, like after the altercation, literally the next week, that was like the weekend type of thing. The following week, Tuesday came, they packed me up and I was down south, you know what I'm saying, waiting to go to work release. And when I got to work release, so when you get to work release, it's like they're basically trying to reintroduce you to society. Like you can go work for 8 hours, they keep half of your check, the other half they keep for you. So when you get released, you got money, you know what I'm saying? And you only
Sure.
can pull
Okay.
out 10% of it to buy whatever. You're allowed to smoke cigarettes, you're allowed to have a cell phone. You go to work, you got a bracelet on leg, you got to come back for, you know what I'm saying, after the 8 hours. And then it's basically like a fucking souped up little prison. Like, because to go to chow hall, you got to get back in your blues. go eat the food. It's the same food. The only difference is you get to work, you get to have your cell phone legitly because you ain't having no cell phone in prison, and you get to smoke because they took off the cigarettes the first time I went to prison in 2011. They took them out the fucking canteen. You couldn't do any of that. They took them out the prison system. So once again, there's always someone that's gonna hustle. You know what I'm saying? There's people hustling. They're selling tunchi. If I'm smoking tunchi every day, every day, every day, every day. That's I met my wife. So I met my wife on the app called, I don't know if you ever heard of Plenty of Fish.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'm eager to meet a girl and stuff. I'm like, I'm on the phone and stuff. I ended up meeting her. Instead of swiping left, I swipe right. She calls me back. We mingle and stuff, and like we were just talking every day. Like I fall asleep, all type of shit with her on the phone. I got to know her, and she's like, "Can I can come visit you?" I'm like, "I guess." You know what I'm saying? So I ain't in both prison centers. I ain't never had nobody visit me, bro. That's why like my whole mindset changed on friends and stuff like that because these people that I was willing to lay my life down, I was loyal to. None of
They
them
don't care.
came.
Yeah, they don't
None of
care.
them came. None of them came. Put in a try to get fuck. They probably wouldn't get accepted because they're fucking criminals. But they didn't try. They didn't send me a dollar, a penny, bro. You can go on the streets and look down on the ground and probably find a penny. Never sent me anything. Not even a letter saying "fuck you, have a good day." Nothing, nothing. So whatever. That's why I had my whole mind frame different. So I gravitated to my girl, and I was like, then I started thinking like I fell in love with her. Like I don't know why. I just she was just so sweet, bro. She got on my visitation list. She started visiting me on the weekends, and off rip, I didn't want her to think because a lot of people do in prison they gravitate to a girl to use them and to do this and that, and
Right.
I never. She would say, "You need anything?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." Like deep down inside, I was like, "Damn, yeah, I need fucking cigarettes. I'm fucked up. I only got my mom. My mom can't help me. My dad's dead. There's no friends." I'm like, "Shit." Luckily, I had my mom bought me a cell phone and stuff like that. So she would come to visit and she would bring cigarettes. I never tried to ask her for anything though. So I guess she fell in love with that too. She like this dude's pretty cool. He's not trying to use me, this, that, and the third. And I ended up, bro. I ended up smoking some tunchi, bro, and I fell asleep in the shower, bro. The this was like a prison camp. It was run by Geo. It was a private camp, private people. It wasn't guards. It was like regular people that worked for them. It was a prison company, and it caught me in there sleeping, bro. Comes fucking cuffs me up, puts me in the front office and shit, bro. And I'm waiting for the bus to go back down south, bro. Going back to prison, though, for smoking tunchi and shit. Once again, addiction hit me, and so I'm thinking I'm never gonna see this girl again, bro. And as I go from the reception center, I ended up beating the charge because they couldn't prove anything to me. I beat the DR, and I ended up going to the South Unit, which is the permanent camp there too for anybody 65 age and over and lifers. And they have like a work camp there too, because you got to work camp and stuff like that, cut grass and all that. My custody level's community, so I can go out the gate no problem. I don't even have to be supervised. Like you know what I'm saying. You work your custody level down, and I started, you know what I'm saying. Then out of nowhere, I get like Aguilera was like a weekend because that's when Visual is. Aguilera, you got Visual, and I'm like, who the fuck's visiting me, bro? I forgot about it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you, I try to forget about it. And I'm like, who the fuck's gonna visit me? No one. I don't get visuals from nobody. First thing I already think, I'm like, because I've seen this before where like detectives will come and ask you question, and now you're getting hit with a whole new charge. And so I'm like, damn, did I do something barred up and don't remember? And they finally caught up to me now, or this, that, and the third. So as I walk into the visual, I see her smiling and shit. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, oh man, it made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? I seen her, and God bless me. After the visit, bro, maybe like about 3 weeks later, man, I ended up going since I beat the charge and my custody level. They sent me back to work release to another work release in Miami. We started talking again, and start time started getting close towards my release date. I started working and stuff, but the last two checks I kept. And if you keep them, you're going back to prison too. But I'm like, by the time they find out my release date's coming up, they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna release me. And I'm like, in worst case scenario, they do catch me, they send me back, but I sent the checks already, so fuck them, I'm winning anyways. What's 2 more weeks? You know what I'm saying? I already did all this. I said, what's 2 more weeks? No problem. So I ended up sending her the checks because she was like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna move with me? I'm like, so I started trying to, I was like, I'm not going back to Broward County. Fuck that. I'm gonna start a new life in Palm Beach. I got out, man. I started living with her, and once again, bro, back to addiction. And I feel real guilty about this because I taught her two new addictions, though, that she suffers with now. You know what I'm saying? And that's the addict because As long as it, you know what I'm saying, so now you're manipulating shit, not, and I love her to death, bro, but no matter what, that addiction takes over, bro. So now I'm thinking now, if she's on it, then it's okay for me to be on it, and there's no problem, and there's no judgment, and this, that, and the third. So we both getting high, man. We start getting high. She fucking ODs for the first time in the house, bro. Her brother, bro, sees, runs to the room. He's like, "What's wrong with my sister?" I didn't want to tell him, really. I'm like, "Yo, bro, just call the cops, bro." So I kind of knew what was going on. I've OD'd before and this and that. We brought her back to life. You know what I'm saying? Actually, her brother did, to be honest with you. And me and him started beefing like for 8 years. Me and him be beef. We're finally getting along because he's in our treatment center too, and like we're finally getting, like, he noticed though. I'm not going nowhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you know what I'm saying. And there was times like that was the beginning. I went to treatment, got a couple months. We actually, me and my wife, we celebrated 10 months of recovery by getting high. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
Bro, like, so nothing. It don't have to be bad. Like, I don't have to be going through a bad day to be like, all right, let's get high, or be going through struggle. Like, I can celebrate and get high. Like, so we celebrated 10 months of recovery with getting high,
You should have
which
waited
was,
for a year.
bro. But it made no sense, bro. I mean, and I
No.
didn't even realize it neither. I'm like, well, we can control this. We're good. We couldn't. We ended up getting in trouble, bro. I ended up getting kicked out. I ended up being homeless in Pompano for a whole year. But no matter what, she stuck by my side. Like, she still had her addiction going on, but she can control it better than I can. When I go, I go. I rip, I rip. I'm not. I don't care what's going on. And then now it's harder because when you're younger, like I said, I had my family, I had my dad, I had friends, you know what I'm saying? I can go to sleep on their couch. But when you ain't got nobody, I'm fresh out of prison and I'm an adult. Who's gonna look out for an adult?
Right. Yeah.
Maybe as a child, 17, but as an adult, bro, ain't nobody. This world is not designed for that. That you can be on the floor homeless, they'll walk right over you. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially the homeless community. But that's why I got a big soft spot for homeless people, bro, because I know how it feels. So I was homeless in Pompano. She would come the weekends to get a hotel. We would get high together. She would bathe me, bro. You know, she was always there no matter what. She never gave up. And she ended up getting kicked out of her family's house and this and that. Her addiction got bad now too. But she's not telling me any of this. She's over here, you know, I don't want to tell her story, but she's over here stealing from fucking IHOP $6,000 worth of shit, you know, because she's the general manager and thinking that she wouldn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? They ended up catching her. You know what I'm saying? She went to jail for a day. She ended up doing probation, you know, got it withheld adjudication. So it's there, but it's not there. You know what I'm saying? But she ended up going to treatment, and I called it, always checked up on her, and this one I'm still homeless, and I'm like, she's like, "Yeah, I'm doing good, I'm doing good." She's like, "Do you know you have insurance?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Because there was people that would like come and try to get you to sign up for insurance, and these people would pay you $10. Hey, sign up with me. I got you, bro. And I'm like, all right. So once I sign up, get $10, go get me a cap of fucking fentanyl. So I'm like, yeah, no problem. But in all reality, a whole year went by and I had insurance the whole time. Didn't even know about it. And she's like, do you know you got insurance, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, you want to go get? I'm like, yeah, fucking sign me up. I went to treatment. We met up again, and we had like, I think like almost a little bit under a year, and over like between like 11 months and a half, and we ended up getting our own apartment, bro. And then out of nowhere, I'm like, bro, I want to smoke crack. Like, again, once again, I wasn't going through anything. My addiction got to me again. Like, once again, I want both. I wanted both worlds, the good life and still get high. And then
Right.
thinking I could control it, bro. Like, your mind will trick you into that, bro. So at least for me, I don't have to be having a bad day. Like, I know how to control certain days. I either go around it, go through it, but I can kind of control that. But what I can't control is this. I want both worlds. I want to feed my flesh. I want to act like I'm a Christian, but I still want this. You know what I'm saying? I got to pick either side, but addiction always got me, so I pick addiction. We relapse, we go back to our treatment center. That where I'm at now. um, we do good. We complete the program. We get our own place. You know what I'm saying? And now, like I'm like I said, I'm doing the 12 steps. I did my, you know what I'm saying, my inventory. And I'll be lying to you if I said like I was like a big AA fucking fanatic. I really wasn't, but I did complete my steps. I never got the uplifting feeling of the fourth step making me feel better. No, the only thing I learned was the expectations I had on other people and where I fell short of. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I was mad at the prison guards. Why? Because I was in prison. But no, in reality, I put myself there. I
Right.
hate the cops. Why? Because they keep putting me in jail. No, I keep committing crimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad at this person. Oh no, because of me. Like everything was me, and it's the
Right.
expectations I have on other people. And at the end of the day, it's always your fault. It lies within you and what you do. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that. That's one thing I did. Learn principles. I learned, a certain way of life. Like if you keep living this type of life, no matter what, bro, everything else will fall in place. And it's just common sense. Like I believe in the law of attraction and stuff like that. Besides God, I believe and it's just common sense to me too. If you think about it, you do good things will happen. You go to school, you study to be a doctor, you get rich, you have a good life. You rob and steal, you end up in prison. So it's just normal. Like do the
Right.
right thing and everything else will fall in place. You might not be where you want to be, but you're not where you was. You know what I'm saying? So that I started whatever we did good. Like, and I was on probation already. I already copped another charge in Pompano. I luckily I didn't get sent back to prison, bro. And I was on house arrest, so that helped me stay clean too for a while. Once I took that bracelet off, man, it was a wrap. I started like now I'm like now once again it gets to me, man. Now like I have the good life. I have my mom living with me. I have my French bulldog. We got our beautiful apartment. It was my first home. I remember I used to walk in and be like, damn, this is our home. Like that was my first home. Like I said, I went to prison at 21. I've been in prison for all the year. I get out 2018. And then I met my wife. Like we had a couple apartments, but it was like it wasn't like. But this time we had a home, bro. It was a nice apartment. Everything's brand new, couches, everything we worked so hard for, bro. Everything we worked for, bro. And then like there was days that I was craving. I would tell her, she's like, no, fight it, and I would fight it, and everything would pass by. Everything went, there was times for her too, and we always figured out, either like you said, either go around it or go through it, feel what you feel, and then you'll be all right. And then just, just we, oh, this is what happened. I went to a fucking dolphin game with my father-in-law. And I wanted to bond with him because now, like, I'm doing the right thing. Come look at me, let's get along again. Cause their family always fucking hating me because we always fuck up this, that, and it's their daughter, and I understand that they blame me for a lot of stuff. So, and she like, what I'm saying, she doesn't choose me over her family, but in all reality, she's always by my side, and they kind of didn't like that, whatever the case may be. And I don't blame them for that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that's their daughter, that's their family member, and of course, they look at it like they don't really understand addiction either. You know what I'm saying? It's all through their family, which is crazy, but they don't really understand it. They're like, why can't you just
Right.
stop? Why can't you just stop? And we're like, bro, we're addicts, bro. It's a whole different mind frame. Maybe you guys can smoke weed and be okay, but anything we do to the extreme. There ain't no coming back. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, man. I ended up like, and my father-in-law was like, are you sure y'all want to do this? You know what I'm saying? Because he knew we were sober, we were doing good. I'm like, man, it's just a couple beers, couple shots, we'll be all right. So we enjoyed the football game. I won some bets, and that just sparked a whole nother thing. Now every other weekend I'm drinking, and when drinking went to Percocets, because like, oh, I don't want to do fentanyl. Percocets are okay. I do now. It's getting too expensive. Now I'm spending like $100, $200 a day on Percocets that ain't feeling nothing no more. So I'm like, all right, I'm doing fentanyl. We do a cap. One little cap had both of us right for like a day, and then it started building up tolerance, and we started getting more high, and this, it got out of control, bro. And once we passed that threshold, there wasn't no coming back, bro. We destroyed everything in a matter of three and a half months. We destroyed everything, bro. Everything, everything, everything. I couldn't believe it neither. I was like in shock, depression, and I was like, man, what the fuck going on? This, that. And I couldn't believe it, man. We destroyed everything, bro. We
So
destroyed everything, man.
is all of that what led you guys to the treatment center you're at today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because we know, like, at the end of the day, like, we know it's possible. We've done it. We've done it 3 times. Every relapse, we learned something from it. Got a little bit more time. We fell short again. Got a little more time. We fell short this time. A year and 9 months for me. Almost 2 years for my wife. So,
How many
and then
times you
all
been in
the
treatment?
I've been in treatment about three times. Treatment like PHP, and I'm not talking about detox because that shit.
Right, right.
I never made those. I would fucking just haul ass type shit. But eventually, I did make it through. Then I get to my PHP center. I've been here 3 times. It's the only one I trust. Is genuine. Yes, they're not just, what I'm saying. You're not just a number in the way. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business, and I understand that. But they legitly try to teach you something, bro. Only if you open up your ears, dog, and give it a chance, it will help you out. You know what I'm saying? And the system they have here, it's a good system. You know what I'm saying?
So,
It's made for you to succeed.
so now that you're in treatment again, what's one thing that you're gonna do differently
So what I'm
compared to
gonna
all
do
the other
differently this
times?
time, like I said, like I respect AA. I respect I got a sponsor now. Matter of fact, I gotta call him today. I ain't call him yesterday. I gotta so I mean I'm gonna work my steps, you know, say that because I want to feel like I did it. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel that, and that's what's gonna encourage me. But I'm not. I mean, if I go to a meeting, I might go to a meeting here and there. If I meet somebody and I connect, and by all means, you know, I need fellowship anyways. God forbid, I do want to get high. I can call somebody, reach out. He can stop me, whatever the case may be. But my way of how I'm gonna deal with it this time is I'm gonna build fellowship in my church, bro. I wanna go that route because I am a firm believer. Like today, once again, as I'm praising, I'm just like I just feel the spirit, bro. And then I don't know how. Sometimes I just feel like it's just like a setup. Sometimes because whatever words they sing, like you're gonna feel that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going through it. Especially I'm going through it. I'm not proud to be where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm accepting it because I have no choice. But you know what I'm saying? I when I hear the word, bro, and I hear the spirit, bro, it just builds back into me, bro. I've always had it in me. I never forgot it. I just put him second, and that's where I got humbled. And then he humbled us real quick, took everything he gave us and put us right back to square one. You know what I'm saying? Because we put him second. You know what I mean? So this
Right,
time around, we're gonna go back again, strong in church. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying, go to groups and build fellowship there. And I feel like if I build fellowship there, no one's perfect there, but everybody's on the right mindset of trying to be saved and go to heaven and do this and that. So I feel like if I'm around those type of people, positive people, I think I'll have a better chance this time. You know what I'm saying? Instead of relying on other things and stuff like I'm not disagreeing with AA. You know, it did help me principles and certain things in life. It taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I believe in God, not a doorknob. You know what I'm saying? So that's my approach this time. And my wife, when I met my wife wasn't a big believer, bro. Now she's there. You know what I'm saying? She feels the spirit. She's baptized. All type at the same church we go to. You know what I'm saying? So it's in our neighborhood. It's in our city. It's not like we got to travel, so we ain't got no excuses. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So that's what we're gonna do, bro. And that's how I feel like I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, do my thing and be all right. You know what I'm saying?
So, do you have any advice for anybody that's struggling or even listening that's going through addiction, abuse, or just any type of struggle?
So I want to say, man, like one, we got a saying like you're not alone. There's a lot of us out there, bro. Maybe your family can't relate to you, bro, but there's other people that can. You can see other success stories because it is possible. We do recover. You know what I'm saying? You just got to give it a chance, like a real honest chance, bro. You really just got to give up, bro. Admit and just try to do the right thing. And I promise you, everything will work out. One step, just little by little. As long as you keep going, doing the right thing, everything will open up. One door closes, another one opens. You believe in God, bro, with all your heart. Whatever you believe in, but just keep trying to do the right thing, bro, and everything will fall in place, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might not be where you want to be. I like that saying. You
Right.
might not be where you want to be, but you're not where you was, and you're in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Seek help, bro. It's okay. Don't be ashamed. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just keep on the mind frame that you can do it. You know what I'm saying? And you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? If not, you already know
There's
what's the outcome.
I said in one of my videos before, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm where God wants me to be, and it's
Amen.
His time, not my time.
Amen.
You
For
know,
sure. It is his time. You can't
it's
rush
His
nothing with
time.
him.
No,
Nah,
nope.
you can't do
Because when
that.
you go to rush it, he's gonna check you real quick.
Oh, for sure. He's gonna humble you real quick. And
Yeah,
when you go to pray, when you pray for patience, be
yeah,
careful because he's gonna give you patience. When you pray to be humble, be
yeah,
careful because he's gonna humble you. So
yeah.
be careful what you pray for.
Right.
Really, because he's
So
gonna give it to you.
you want to go ahead and tell us about your TikTok, Real and Uncut?
Okay, so real and uncut, man. So we got that name because one day I was depressed in bed, man. I'm just like, damn, I'm just thinking thing, and then at the same time, I'm thinking about going to rehab. I'm like trying to figure out everything. I'm losing the house. I'm losing my dog. I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to get everything in position. I know I'm losing everything, but I'm still trying to like organize my clothes, this, that, and the third. I'm like, I'm going to treatment, so I got to make sure my neighbor's holding some of my stuff. I'm giving all our furniture away. We're selling this. We're doing that. We're like, oh, we're not gonna fucking lose. I'm getting my money back somehow. But so I was like, hey, you want to do a TikTok? You want to show the struggle, Now, when we're looking all, so that when we do record all that and then we show our progress and that we can try to reach somebody, you know what I'm saying? We can try to reach somebody and see that it is possible and not just be fake and show all the good side of us and this, that, and
Right.
third. Show the struggle, show that we are addicts, that you're not alone and that it is possible. Let's show our journey. So when we do, because we're gonna achieve everything we want to achieve this time, believe that. And I believe that with all my heart in the name of Jesus. But we're gonna show them that, and then when they see that, bro, they're gonna be like, damn, bro, this somebody might need to see that to be like, damn, it is possible, bro. All the comments we're getting and everything, but I don't think we got one hate comment yet, bro. Everybody's like, God bless, keep fighting. Relationships and recovery are possible. Don't let them fool you. Keep each
Yeah.
other accountable. Lift each other up. When one fails, the other one must help. You know what I'm saying? Don't feed into it. You know what I'm saying? So that was the plan, and so far, man, it's been like a. So we got, I think 30 days today or 31. Yesterday was 30. Yesterday was 30. Today's 31. So we're 30 days, 31 days clean, man. So it is possible, bro. And like the TikTok, bro, it's helping me out too because I see all the comments and it builds me encouragement also.
Right.
Like I'm not trying to be famous, bro. If I can make something off of then by all means, thank you. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be popular. I'm just trying to influence somebody to understand that recovery is possible, bro. Because at the end of
Right.
the day, I still need to do my some type of service work to reach out to somebody and try to help somebody out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I can't forget where I come from. You know what I mean?
No, never.
Just
Never.
I don't act bougie, bro. One thing about it, man, I understand what I did and I accept it and I'm okay with it now. You know what I'm saying? I just got to keep moving forward and not look back, bro. Keep looking forward, man. You know what I'm saying? So that
Hell
was the
yeah.
whole goal with the TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And so far we're doing all right, man. You know, a couple 4,000 followers. We won't get no many people on live, but when they do come in, they say, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. We're here for the journey. You know what I'm saying? We can't wait to see what else comes from this. So a lot of that helps me. A lot of people that send us comments, they're grateful. You know what I'm saying? One person like I messed up, but you guys give me hope, you know, certain things like that. So it's definitely good thing for us, from my point of view, and for everybody else's. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Right. I was telling my
For sure.
wife, I said that this whole social media thing is it's a community, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I got people from all over the United States. I got a guy in England that I'm gonna do soon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big recovery platform,
Oh,
right?
and that's another thing too, because it's worldwide.
It's worldwide.
It's
Drugs are
worldwide. You
everywhere.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know,
Yeah.
for
Like
sure.
some of my podcasts play in England right now already. Like what the heck? Like
Yeah,
come
that's
on.
good, man. And the
Yeah.
whole point at the end of the day is to reach out to the fellow
Yeah.
addict. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I said, I'm not trying to be popular. If I can
Yeah.
reach somebody, then I did what I did. You know what I'm saying? I did my
Right.
good deed. I did my part. You know what I'm saying? So for sure, man, for sure.
Do you have any questions for me?
Nah, man, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I asked you yesterday if, if you was an addict and stuff like that, and you told me, you know what I'm saying, you recovered and this and that. And you made me think something, bro. When you told me, I even told my wife last night, I was like, man, he's cool dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I think I got from him was I was like, man, I don't like the fact that he keeps saying I'm an addict, I'm an ex-addict. Like, nah, once you know what I'm saying? You do
Yeah.
recover, bro. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to that mind state, and if you keep thinking I'm an addict, I'm an addict, I'm an addict, bro, you keep putting negative thoughts in your brain, bro. And those negative thoughts will get you, bro. Them thoughts are
Yeah.
powerful, bro. Them words are powerful. That tongue is fucking evil. You
It'll
know what I'm
form in
saying?
it'll form in your mind like I can go get high and I can use the excuse I'm an addict. Right.
Exactly. Oh, I got a
No.
problem. I got a problem.
Yeah.
Nah, man. So that stuck out with me yesterday when we had a conversation, bro. So I thought about it. I'm like, you know what, bro? Because when sometimes in group and stuff, they're like, "Hi, my name's Richard. I'm an addict." I'm like, "Nah, I ain't gonna say that shit no more.
Right.
Fuck that." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So most definitely, bro, I appreciate that, bro. You
Yeah, of
definitely,
course.
you learn something every day from
Yeah, yeah,
someone. Either it's
yeah.
good, bad, positive, but
Yeah.
you learn something from it, bro. So
We can
appreciate that.
all we can all learn something from each other, right? It don't matter how much clean time you got, right? I
Yeah,
can
for
learn
sure,
something from you. You can learn something from me. You
for
can learn
sure.
something from the guy still
Yeah.
struggling out there on the street.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So like the little time that I did have, bro, I still have it. You can't take that time from me.
No,
You know what
no,
I'm saying? Just because I relapsed doesn't mean you can't take that time from me.
no,
I had
no.
it. Now I just got to figure out how to get more of it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And keep going and not look back, bro, and think I can have both worlds, bro. You know what I'm saying? And put God first, bro. And I need to do that because I always put him second, man. I want to feed on this flesh, bro. and that's what keeps getting me, bro. I'll just be
Right.
honest with you. I think that's the only problem, bro. I think that's the only way I can succeed this time, bro. Put him first, man.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure, bro. For sure.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. We'll
Yes,
have to
sir,
get
man. Sorry
your
about my
wife.
wife, bro.
It's
You
all
know,
right. It's cool.
stuff happens, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
like I
she's
was
probably
telling.
like, "Oh my god, I got you," because she's shy.
Yeah, yeah.
She's
I
shy,
was, I
man.
was I was telling him on the intro that you guys are in rehab. You know what I mean? This is real and uncut. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
This is
bro. We're
the
like we here
life
living
of
it right
rehab.
now. Like
Yeah.
we're not acting like I'm TikTok and
Yeah.
no, we're
No,
telling you we're
this
here.
is
I'm in
real.
rehab.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Real and
Yeah. This
uncut,
is
bro.
real.
I
Yeah.
appreciate the time,
Yeah. Of
man.
course, bro. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
man. No problem, bro.
I'll be in contact.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man.
And
Keep it, you
stay
know what I'm
up, huh?
saying? Keep watching
Yeah.
us,
Yeah. Yeah.
see the
Yeah. Yeah.
progress,
Yeah. Of
bro.
course. Of
You know what I'm
course.
saying?
Of
For sure,
course.
man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Of
Yes,
course.
sir. All right, big dog.
Later. All right.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right, there was Richard from Real and Uncut. Look him up on TikTok. Follow the journey of him and his wife becoming sober. You don't want to miss it. Transformation can happen in so many people, and people can change. I will not be doing any episodes next week because I have family in town, but I will pick it up the following weekend. If you're struggling with something, there is help. Reach out. I am also always available. Hit me up on TikTok and Instagram, Broken to Redemption, and I will try to give you resources or help as much as I can. Thank you guys and have a good day.